Racers will start perched upon a 5-metre ramp, where they will hurtle towards the ancient cobbles at Ousebridge, dodging the hay bales and trying not to lose a wheel or two. With 50 teams competing in this year's event, the race is on. One of these wacky racers is competing for more than just the team trophy.
We're raising money for the Yorkshire Air Ambulance. We built a Soapbox last year and raised money for the West Riding Kidney Patient Association, who passed the money on to the renal unit in Leeds, who carried out my wife's transplant 3 years ago, and we raised £3,500 for them. If we can raise the same amount this year, that pays for one Yorkshire Air Ambulance flight. So putting it into contest, they need £12,000 a day, and the helicopter, with which we have two in Yorkshire, is £6 million each to buy. So we've put together this Soapbox. I've built it at home myself. Most of the people whose graphics are on it are sponsors, and if anyone wants to sponsor us, they're most welcome to. We've still got room left on the car for some more graphics if anyone wants to help out and raise some money for the Yorkshire Air Ambulance. Last year's Micklegate, I'd never done anything like it before. I'd never raised money for a charity or anything in my life, so we got involved basically just to put something back into the hospital that did my wife's transplant. So it was purely and simply for that. I said I'd never do it again. I sold it at the end of last year after I'd done a few events, and then foolishly decided to build another one this year for another good cause.
The Yorkshire Air Ambulance holds a special place in this racer's heart.
About 9 years ago I was involved in a flying accident. I was membership secretary then for the North Yorkshire Flying Club, had my own plane, and I went up with one of the instructors one Friday afternoon to take some photos for the club website, and we lost the engine on takeoff and we crashed badly, and the air ambulance attendant saved Mark's life, and I went to hospital by road ambulance. So after my wife's good cause, this was the second favourite one on my list to raise money for.
But how long did it take to make this mean machine?
Start to finish this one about 350 hours, I would think. Cooper BMW from Malton, they painted it for nothing for me as a way of helping out, and Mr Shifter took it to Malton and back. So that's why he's on there, but near enough all the other people have put money in the form of sponsorship. It was built in my workshop at home. Everything was made by me except for bits and bobs that you buy, like wheel rims, but wheel hubs, mounting blocks and everything else I've made myself here in the workshop.
Team Transplanter aiming high and looking to the future.
Most money raised would be the ideal trophy to get, but if we can pick one up for a placing at the end of the day, that will be useful as well. We're possibly going to try and organise our own next year at Oliver's Mount at Scarborough. They're very keen in working with us, with Andy Ash, myself and Andy Ingle, and putting something together to do an event of our own.
So with this team racing for the finish line, hold tight and fasten your seatbelts. We're in for a bumpy ride.
Let's go racing and have some fun and raise as much money as we can in the process.
Abby Walker, That's TV.